The ANC is holding its final rally in Soweto this afternoon. Our reporter, Samkele Maseko, is there. Let's hear from him now. A very good afternoon to you, Samkele. You know, we looked at the visuals just before we crossed to you. We're showing them live here on air, and it seems that a huge crowd is there out to support the ANC. Kind of different to what, different political parties have certainly been saying that, this time the ANC will be humbled. We continue to see those large numbers. You continue to see people celebrating the ANC. Just behind you, I see a group of people dancing there. Talk to us about what's currently happening in Soweto at this time.
Well, at this point in time, people are dancing to the slogans of the governing party. As you can see them with the visuals we are showing on air and with the crowd behind me as well. But there is a larger crowd which is going to be shown now by the overshot of the jib of this particular crowd that is dancing to the slogans of the governing party. But I'm not alone. I'm going to bring in the president of the ANC Women's League, Bathabile Dlamini, just to speak of the essence of the ANC campaign. It's the Samkele rally today across 10 different venues across the country. How has it been for the ANC on the ground in trying to get South Africans to go out and vote for your party?
The ANC has worked very hard to try and ensure that we send the message to the masses of the people of South Africa. And we've been throughout the country. And what we've seen as the Women's League is that people are ready to affirm the mandate of the African National Congress.
We go to this election on the backdrop of load shedding, other issues plaguing the community of South Africa. Certain areas in Soweto have been without electricity. As the Women's League, a basic essence of life, electricity, is not there. You are in government. How would you feel with the response of government today to the load shedding which we are currently seeing, which continuously keeps repeating itself, but you are not seeing any heads rolling like we used to see in the past?
The ANC has committed to addressing the issues of electricity, and therefore it has not been waiting or standing. There has been continuous we've been continuously addressing the issues of electricity throughout the country. And electricity was a challenge even before we came. And now we are all accessing electricity. While it's an advantage to poor communities, it is also a lot of work that we have to do and ensure that there is electricity throughout the country.
When you look at the face of poverty in this country, it's largely the face of an African black woman. Post the elections on Monday, when the results are announced on the 4th, as the ANC Women's League, should the ANC win outright in most of the municipalities in the country, how will you ensure that you eradicate this face of a black African woman being the face of poverty, being poverty-stricken, unemployed, no access to economic activity?
These are the issues that were raised by women on the ground. But what is also important is that there is a turning point in the way we are doing things. The signing of the pledge says every councillor is going to focus on the priorities of the people of South Africa, but also even the way we elected councillors shows that we work with communities. So what is important is for all the public representatives to address the issues of communities, work closer with communities, and address the issues of poverty, unemployment, and hunger. Because we have been saying, and women have been raising this issue during the campaign, that we must fight poverty, we must eradicate poverty, and therefore it's going to be on top of our agenda.
When you look at gender parity, as the Women's League, are you happy with the gender parity of councillor selection processes in the ANC and the representation of women across the board in your candidate lists?
Let's start here. Throughout the country, with all the parties, the only party that has spoken about the number of women representatives is the African National Congress. We at least know that the ANC has 46%, and this is because of the fights that have been waged by women in the ANC and gender-sensitive comrades. The ANC is trying to grapple with the issues of gender equality. But after this, the struggle continues because we have to continuously fight for the emancipation of women. But also, we are now going to appoint mayors, speakers, and whips. And that is where we're also going to escalate our fight for women's representation in decision-making bodies.
Between you and I, how many mayors are you looking for as the Women's League and having at the helm of these municipalities?
50%, because 50% representation is the policy of the ANC. So that is what we are gunning for.
There's an interesting woman who's back in the country. I'm not sure if she's still a member of the Women's League. If she were to put her hat in the ring, I think you know who I'm speaking about. Would you support her for 2022?
I represent the membership of the Women's League. We carry the mandate of the membership, not the mandate of individuals. So that will depend on what women say in the ANC and throughout the country. We have committed to engaging all women because we want everyone to support this, and we're not going to drop our recommendation and our resolution to have a woman president.
Thank you very much, Mayor Bathabile Dlamini. That was the Women's League president speaking on the ANC Siyangoba rally and also what they can anticipate for this particular election. And they are saying that they've heard the cries on the ground from the people flow.
Thanks very much, Samkele Maseko, for us in Soweto. No doubt we're going back to Soweto as soon as the president of the ANC, that's Cyril Ramaphosa, gets on that podium to address the supporters. As you can see, high activity there in Soweto as those supporters are behind Samkele. They're celebrating with the ANC. This is their Siyangoba rally, the final push for the ANC as they convince voters to go out in their numbers to vote for them. All right. We'll certainly be going back there as soon as we're able to do so.